Google fired this woman for uncovering the hidden truth about inequality in AI training models. And now her work is inspiring an entire movement. So in my last video, we saw an article written by Forbes that asked a difficult question: can AI be racist? And specifically about a Black woman at Google who uncovered some concerning evidence that proves that bias in AI is already impacting marginalized communities. So you guys should go check out my previous video to understand that helpful context. That whistleblower at Google is a woman by the name of Timnit Gebru. Timnit actually studied mechanical engineering and computer vision at Stanford University. She also had a very successful career in tech, leading research divisions at both Apple and Google, specifically focusing on ethics in artificial intelligence. Well, I think Google picked the wrong one to play with, because since she was let go, she's been on the front lines educating the public about the potential harm these AI models can cause if we don't get ahead of regulation. She recently gave a TED Talk that really contextualized just how deep this problem is. But she also provided some great solutions that, if put into practice, could actually eliminate bias in artificial intelligence. So I want to give you the key takeaways from her research and share her wisdom about how people like you and me can change the narrative about bias in artificial intelligence. So here are the biggest blind spots in artificial intelligence that can have a negative impact on marginalized communities. As of 2022, only 3% of employees at Google, Facebook, and Apple identified as Black or African, and only 6% identified as Hispanic or Latino. Not to mention that the wage gap difference between men and women in tech is appalling. According to Timnit, a part of the problem is how applicant tracking systems that leverage AI can discriminate against women and minority groups in the hiring process. Not because the applicants aren't qualified, but due to preferential treatment and bias based on the metadata found in their resume. She actually gave an example of 2 resumes that were processed differently despite having equal qualifications, except for one factor. One resume listed their extracurricular activities as a quarterback at the University of Vermont, while the other resume listed softball team captain at Spelman College. The AI actually identified the first resume as a better fit based on leadership qualities, which actually overrepresents white males, while also marginalizing those Black women who attended HBCUs. The second area that Timnit mentioned is law enforcement and immigration. In this example, she talked about how ICE is using AI facial recognition software that was disproportionately labeling darker-skinned people as criminals or terrorists. This bias in the system actually caused their citizenship application to be rejected. She also talked about how US court systems are using artificial intelligence to determine sentencing for specific crimes. The AI would often recommend longer sentences for Black or brown defendants compared to their white counterparts, even though they committed the exact same crime. So those are definitely some areas that are very concerning. But she also gave us some very well-researched solutions that can actually be implemented now. So in part 2, I want to give you the 3 biggest opportunities that can help us eliminate bias in artificial intelligence.